Noogle allows you to create customised clinical note templates. This video will show you how easy it is to build a clinical notes template from scratch so you can start taking clinical notes. First, you'll need to navigate to Manage, and under the Clinical section, click on Clinical Templates. You'll see there are two sections. The first is Charts, which shows you the current list of charts available to use when writing clinical notes. You can use these to highlight areas on the body, for example, where the patient is presenting with their condition. You can upload any of your own charts via the Upload Chart button on the bottom right, which will make them available to add to your clinical notes. So if you click Upload Chart and then select Click to Upload, you can select a file from your own computer and then it's available in Noogle. The second section is Templates, which you'll see we have a number of already. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how to build a detailed SOAP notes template, which will give you an idea of the scope of what you can do and the type of fields you can use when building your own templates. This is just a guide, so your templates may be more tailored to your specific modality or your way of running your bookings. The way you want it to be built is completely up to you. So I'm just going to click Create Template. So you'll see when we start off, everything is quite blank. So initially we need to give the template a title. So I'm going to call this SOAP Notes Detailed. We have the next drop-down box which says select or create a discipline. You can leave this as none, or you can add your own, or select one of the available disciplines already available. So I'm just going to leave that as is for now. And the third drop-down is a location drop-down. So if you have a multi-location clinic, you can select a specific location this template will be available from, or you can have it available in all locations. Okay, so now that we've set those preferences up, we just need to start adding our fields, which is via the Add Field button down the bottom. So you can add as many fields as you like, as many times as you like. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to start with a heading. Because this is SOAP Notes, I'm going to label my heading Subjective and select the heading type. So the type drop-down gives you an idea of all the fields you can use. Mirrored just means that the type of field will show on two sides, and you can remove field using the trash icon. So I'm going to add my next field. So this is just a heading. As you can see, we're getting a preview on the right-hand side of what we're building. So in my subjective section, I'm going to add an area of concern. So when I'm taking my notes, I know I need to fill this section out and label the particular area of concern that this patient is presenting for. So I'm just going to fill these out now. Okay, and that is done. This little option here is to add help text. So just to give you an indication of what you need to be doing in this certain field. So this is fairly straightforward and obvious, but for an example, select the that's something that you could do. Obviously, you probably get a bit more detailed. It's more like a prompt to let you know what you need to be filling in that section if it is a bit more complicated. So now I've finished that one, I'll just add my next field here, which is just going to be a text field. And this is going to be labeled history. And in this section, the physician or the provider would just add in the client's history at this point in time. Next field I'm going to add is going to be a multiple choice type. And this is going to be one for physical activity level. Again, these are just examples. Your notes might look like this, they might not look like anything like this. This is just to give you an idea of what you can do. So I'm going to fill out these multiple choice options now. Okay, so those are filled in, and my last field in the subjective section is going to be a scale, which you can find at the bottom. And I'm going to have a scale for the pain score with a minimum of 0 and a maximum of 10. So the patient can let us know how they're scoring their pain. Okay, now we've finished off the subjective section. I'm going to add a new heading type for objective, and then start adding fields here. So the first field I'm going to enter is a chart, and you can see we get a new heading here with a list of the current available charts. So I'm going to use a body chart. If you've uploaded a chart to Nookle, it will be available in this list for you to choose from. So we've got our chart, and next I'm going to add another text field for observations. Okay. Next is going to be range of motion. I'm actually going to mirror this one so we have it showing on both sides. So you might use this as a left and right, range of motion left, range of motion right, depending on the condition that you're treating. Okay. And this is going to be a number field with a minimum of 0, maximum 360. Okay, and they've just appeared here. Okay, so that finishes the objective section. I'm going to start my next heading, which is assessment. I'm just going to add 2 further fields in here. So firstly, I'm going to add a text field. And just for the purpose of this, I'll add 1 more text field. Okay. That about finishes my assessment section. Lastly, we'll add in our plan heading and just add 2 fields here. So I'm going to first add a box field for treatment. So in this case, I'm going to have 2 options: manual therapy, exercise program, and lastly, I'm going to add a multiple choice so we know how long after this session we need a further review with this patient. So we've got review after, and I'm just going to add in the number of weeks. Okay, and that's it. So I finished my SOAP Notes template. You can see a preview of it here. It's all built out very nicely, and this is how it will appear when you're filling it out in the clinical notes section of the client profile. So now that we're finished, we just need to save the changes, and this will be available to use in future bookings.